Mingalabar Kumya, I'm Angus Watson with the top stories for DVB. Indonesia and Malaysia have agreed to provide temporary shelter to 7,000 migrants stranded on the Andaman Sea and Strait of Malacca. A tripartite meeting of foreign ministers, including Thailand's, met in Malaysia on Thursday. The three nations have previously turned back boatloads of Rohingya and Bangladeshi migrants. 3,000 migrants have already been rescued or swum to shore in Malaysia and Indonesia, after being abandoned at sea by traffickers facing a police crackdown in Thailand. Now, Malaysia and Indonesia have vowed not to turn back boats, but will look to settle them elsewhere.
Indonesia and Malaysia agreed to continue to provide humanitarian assistance to those 7,000 irregular migrants still at sea. We also agreed to offer them temporary shelter, provided that the settlement and repatriation process will be done in 1 year by the international community.
The Taang National Liberation Army has reported fresh fighting with Burmese government troops taking place in northern Shan State. On Tuesday, the Burmese army shelled TNLA positions at Namfatka, close to the Chinese border. Burmese troops followed up with an infantry assault on the Taang Army's positions, with the firefight lasting an hour. That's all according to one TNLA spokesperson. The TNLA is party to the ethnic bloc that drafted a potential ceasefire document with the Burmese government. However, the group is engaged in sporadic fighting with Naypyiddaw's troops throughout the year. A tribunal made up of Karen rebel leaders has found 6 guilty of the killing of a monk last year. 4 of the accused of the killing of Sayadaw Kutala were given prison sentences of between 7 and 10 years. The 2 others, including a Buddhist monk, remain on the run and were sentenced to life in prison. The trial, held in Karen National Union territory, was made up of 9 members from 4 non-government militias, including the KNU. 4 of the guilty men were members of the Karen Peace Council, formed by the KNU itself. The men were found guilty under the KNU's own established penal code. Burma's first successful limb reattachment surgery has been performed at Rangoon General Hospital. Doctors expect the female patient to begin to regain control of her left arm over the next year. The unnamed woman was brought to hospital in Taikji, northeast of Rangoon, after her arm was severed in a violent dispute at her home in late April. Her arm was cut clean off, making reattachment surgery easier, according to doctors. The successful 6-hour surgery at Rangoon General Hospital called on 14 different medical professionals. You can find more on all of today's stories at dvb.no. Bye for now.